When I'm looking for examples of people who don't deserve to have their money, right, I think of Mr. Long in the movie To Live. Right? This is a Chinese movie that spans a period of about 50 years. Okay. It starts in the period of nationalist China, before the communist takeover. And it starts out telling the story of a young man with a gambling addiction. Right? And he's been gambling with a man named Mr. Long. Here's a conversation between Mr. Long and the owner of the gambling establishment.
龙二，账差不多了。福贵少爷，只要照老样子，再输一晚上，您的事儿就成了。
你可别算错了。
没错，这儿有账。
福贵少爷起身了。
开啊！
福贵少爷，您的账到头了，您不能再玩了，您都输光了。
光了？什么光了？
您抵押那房产折合市价，都输给龙二了。您是一片瓦一寸地都没剩下。
什么事儿啊？
谢老板，富贵少爷的账该结了。
账面上没错的话，我先告辞了。 福贵少爷，您府上那院房连半间都没给您剩下，您千万别怪我狠心。我实在是太喜欢那院房了。是为，过两天府上见。
哎！你不能赢了就走吧？啊，咱还没完呢！啊，接着来啊！
福贵少爷，真对不住了，您现在连本钱都没了，拿什么跟我玩啊？有什么话您就跟谢老板说。 对不住了啊！
哎，不行！哎，不行！
福贵少爷，您这
还没完，再说，再来！
您先坐，
坐下。
福贵少爷，
嗨，坐下！你是什么人？别人害我你！
福贵少爷，
哎，坐，你坐。谢老板不能完啊！我得跟他接着来。
哎呀，对不起，福贵少爷，您现在没本了。 您拿什么做抵押呢？咱们这儿又不赊空账，
我拿命跟他来。
算了，说句不好听的，你现在什么都没有了，那命也就不值钱了。再说咱赌场也没这规矩。过2天，几位长者和证人到您府上去清账，咱也当着您家老爷子，咱把话说清楚。您要是有事儿，咱那时说，行不？
So we can deal with the question, does Mr. Long deserve to get the young man's house? Right? That was Mr. Long's main motivation for encouraging the young man to keep gambling. Right? The family had a very nice house, right? And Mr. Long wanted to acquire it. Well, let's talk briefly about legitimate entitlement. If we talk about desert in terms of legitimate entitlement, we could say, well, yes, Mr. Long deserves to get the house. Right? The rules were in place. The young man knew the rules. If we're going to allow legalized gambling, right, we're going to have to require people to pay their debts, right, etc. Now, of course, that brings up the question, well, do we want to have those rules in place? Well, there might be good reasons for them. Okay? There might be good reasons why we should allow casinos, and of course, why we should require people to take responsibility for their actions, etc. So there might be good reasons to have those rules in place. It might be the best set of rules we can get. But that still leaves us with the question, is this the kind of behavior or the kind of outcome we're trying to encourage through the rules? And I think there the answer is going to be a pretty clear no. Right? The rules are not in place to encourage people to prey on someone's addiction, right, and manipulate the person in order to send the person's family into poverty. Okay? That's not the kind of behavior we want to encourage. Right? It's not like the family became poor because Mr. Long outcompeted them at a productive business. Right? Gambling is not that important to the economy. And presumably, we would hope that if we're going to have gambling establishments, they can get by without this kind of tactic. So it seems that Mr. Long does not deserve to have it in the sense of fitting with public rules and their purposes. As things turn out, here's what happens to Mr. Long. Right? Or here's what happens to Mr. Long after the communist takeover.
那当然了，你是你，他是他嘛。
判决反动恶霸龙二死刑，验明正身，绑赴刑场，立即执行。提前镇压反革命。
I wouldn't say Mr. Long deserved that. Right? Maybe he deserved to lose the house. Maybe he deserved to be poor. Right? I don't think he deserved to be killed by an angry mob. Right? But right, some people might go so far as to say, well, look, he got what he deserved. Right? But a lot of people, even if they wouldn't say he deserved that, they'd say he didn't deserve to keep the house.